Hello everyone, my name is Josiah. Before I made a video on how to do everything that you want without feeling overwhelmed. This is not by setting an agenda and goals for yourself and fitting it in your to-do list. No, you know what you want to do, and so fit it every moment you can. So that's what the previous video was about, and now I want to talk more about my experience with that and exercise, moving my body, stretching, lifting, and that entire experience for me. Growing up in martial arts, I felt a lot of tension in my body because of just the wear and tear. And over time, I couldn't do the moves that I wanted anymore because I had to kick high. I had to do side kicks, spin kicks, jumping kicks, and my hips hurt a lot. I would walk away from class with my hips feeling so much irritation in my joints, not muscle pain, but joint pain, and that obviously was not good for me. And so I felt this pressure to exercise, to lift weights, mobility train, and stretch. And it felt overwhelming because I had so much I felt like I needed to fix. And what I would do is I wouldn't just do it whenever I had a chance. I would make a schedule, a list of goals, and I would put in a time block to do these things before bed, after work, or after school, or before school. And that pressure, again, just started to build up. It was difficult. I felt a lack of motivation to do the things that actually mattered for me. And I did not like that because I really did care about these things, but I felt so much pressure nonetheless. And so what did I do? Through all of that lack of motivation, the feeling of overwhelm that would peak in me not doing as much as I actually wanted because of so much pressure, I knew something had to change. I remember before I would set an entire routine up that I would have to do at the gym that would take about 2 hours. And what I initially started doing, instead of having a list of things, a whole plan, an upper body day, a lower body day, or a different split of arms or chest and back, and all of that, said I would just go to the gym with no plan. As weird as that sounds for most people, no plan needed. Whatever I felt like I needed to work on, I would do, and I would just flow into the next thing. But again, I still felt I needed to be there for 2 hours. So over time, the pressure still endured, and I still had to be at the gym to feel that I actually could get a proper workout, and that was confining. Because not every day can you actually make it to the gym, but every day can you move your body? Of course. Therefore, I had to move somewhere else. Where that ended up being was at the park. So I would come to the park because I got a new dog and she needed that exercise. And I didn't want to just be there for 30 minutes because I felt that she needed to live an active lifestyle, just like we do. And so being at the park for an hour, maybe more, it was hard to fit in the gym now. And some days I could, some days I just could not. And so I was forced to exercise at the park. And what I started to realize, I enjoyed that time. The freedom, the open space, as you can see where I'm at right now. I could bring a bag full of anything that I wanted, a speaker. I like using a bow staff just to flow, but also to use as a post for balance while I do my kicks or other leg exercises or glute exercises. I also invested in what's called a mace bell, the rotational weight, where you spin around your body. Or I would attach a band to a tree and use that as a makeshift lat pull down. So as you can see, I developed my whole system here, and I would have the freedom of the open space. My dogs have their own freedom of getting their exercise, their sunlight, their grounding, as did I. And I felt so much more fulfilled. Felt that I could get so much done in so little time. So efficiency, but also freedom. And therefore, it made me realize, can I apply random, spontaneous movement training at other small moments of my day? Right before bed, even right after eating, right in the morning, or even if I'm hanging out with friends, we're sitting around a table talking for over an hour, and I've been sitting there. Why can't I just do some stretches while we're talking? I'm a little weird for it, but I'd rather be weird than build up tension in my body. Because that tension for me, and I don't know about you, but really sucks. And I like to be proactive, and I would choose to do it right now instead of having to block a time out of my day later. Why couldn't I just do it right now? Right? Therefore, I started to realize movement is a lifestyle, not just something you block into your day, in your schedule, but something that you can do throughout the entire day. For me, my career, I'm able to be on my feet and move more often than most people, and I hope you can too. But if that's not the case, as did I before, during my lunch breaks at more confined roles, maybe office jobs, on my lunch breaks, I didn't sit there on my phone scrolling. I use that time to move my body because of the tension that I personally feel. And I'm sure sitting all day, you feel the same way. And if you don't, it's probably because you've suppressed so much energy in your body over time where you've become numb now. So build that consciousness, build that proactivity, build that passion. Stand up right now, rotate your arms, rotate your legs, stand on one leg, rotate your neck, whatever it is. But build a movement lifestyle, not just one that you have to schedule. That is unnatural. It's unsustainable. And even those who go to the gym for 2 hours a day, they're not as mobile as they could be if they made it a lifestyle. Movement is not designed just to be an activity. Again, it is a lifestyle. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Once again, my name is Josiah, and take care.